Executive Director of the Aware Shelter, Angelita Gunn. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good.
Before we get started, tell us a little bit about who Aware works with.
Yes, so Aware Incorporated is a local nonprofit. We work with victims of domestic violence and sexual assault. So besides the shelter, which people are most familiar with, we have a legal advocacy team that works at the county clerk's office. We have a crisis response team that works with local law enforcement responding to crisis. And we also have counselors on staff, and all of our services are free.
That's
one
amazing.
thing that people don't, We have people who come to see our counselors especially that are like, what? It's free?
Oh, that's
so
amazing.
all of our services are free.
So if somebody's watching and they're in a situation that just feels pretty desperate, hopeless, helpless,
Yes.
what should they do?
So I would start first by calling our crisis line,
Okay.
and that is 517-783-2861.
783-2861.
Yep, but
Angel-
you can find us on our website too.
Yep.
So there's a place there where they can call the crisis line.
Give
Okay.
us an idea, in Jackson, how many individuals are you currently caring for?
Yeah, so I'll tell you last year I
Sure.
got, so we had 145 families come through the emergency shelter.
Wow.
133 children were accompanied with those adults, and they stayed for an average about 28 nights per shelter.
Wow.
So
That's significant.
Yes, and so overall it was close to 4,000 nights of shelter that we provided to families. We have some families that stay longer.
Yeah.
Wow.
3 months, 6 months, just depending on their circumstance, their ability to find a place to live,
Okay.
secure resources to get them ready to move back out into the community. And then we took another 1,000 crisis calls last year.
Wow.
We had about a little over 100 that received counseling services and about 165 that saw our staff at the courthouse.
Okay.
So the children, with their mothers who could be victims, obviously,
Yep.
safe place to go.
Yep. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, and I would say any adult, so we also, sometimes people don't realize that we've had single fathers come
Sure.
in with their children too.
Sure.
And, or single male adults
Yeah.
who are victims of domestic violence, and they come and seek shelter at Aware as well.
I'm glad you said that because that wasn't where my mind
Yeah.
initially went. And I'm sure our viewers, a
Yep.
lot of them are probably the same way. So it doesn't matter if you are in that type of a situation and you need help, Aware is there for you.
Yep, they should call our crisis line, to start with. Yeah, and I think, we know statistically that most people who are victims of domestic violence are going to be female
Sure.
adults or female identified. But we do see all kinds of people
Okay.
who are being hurt in their intimate relationships.
Awful.
We're so glad for everything that you guys do, and,
Thank you.
and we'd love to help. And I know our viewers are probably chomping at the bit to know how best to help you and the men and women that seek shelter at Aware. So what can we do?
Well, there's always opportunities to make financial contributions, of course. That's one of the biggest things. Just to give you a little idea, probably about 60 to 65% of our funding comes from the state of Michigan,
Okay.
which are federal tax dollars that are passed through the state. But that other 35 to 40% we have to raise every year. So financial contributions are going to be the number one thing.
Okay.
We also accept donations of consumables. So I would check our website or check in with our staff at the shelter to find out what the need is for the month.
You probably have a carload, Jennifer, of
It
consumables. you could drop off.
fluctuates.
we have a quarterly stop that we
Very
make
nice.
at
That's
Aware.
awesome.
But
That's awesome.
Great. Thank you.
so yes, you guys need financial contributions, but you guys do some activities throughout the year to help
Yes,
raise
we do.
awareness and raise money. You guys recently had a breakfast.
We did. We had a donor appreciation breakfast, and that was certainly the first time during my tenure, which will be 8 years in August.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
I know.
Where'd the
I can't
time go?
believe it.
Wow.
I know. I can't believe it. And that was the first time during my 8 years that we had an event specifically geared towards donors to just say thank you.
Yeah.
And so we invited them to breakfast. We had about 45 people attend. But what I really appreciate, I looked at the guest list, and who I saw on the guest list were some of the local companies whose employees make contributions.
Oh, nice.
and donate quarterly to us.
Oh, nice.
So I thought, now these aren't the folks who are going to get our annual report, for example.
Yeah.
And so it was a great opportunity for me to be able to talk to them about the depth and the breadth of the services that we provide and how their contributions support, what their contributions support.
The Kentucky Derby, that's coming up. And
Yes.
this is an event that I've always wanted to go to, and it comes up before I can
Yeah.
get around to doing tickets, so I always go to a fundraiser, and you guys have one.
We do. So our Kentucky Derby event, this is only our second annual. And it's a great opportunity for people to dress up and have some fun and watch the game live. We'll have
Nice.
it going live. And last year we raised, about $10,000.
Nice.
Yeah, for operations. So, yeah,
Wow.
so it was great.
At Veritas should be great. Do you have a
Yeah.
Do you have a horse picked out yet?
No, but I have a hat.
Yeah, of course, hat for the Derby party.
Do you have a horse
Yes.
picked out?
I
No, you said-
don't know any of the horses that are competing.
have not.
I don't
So
know.
we won't be betting on horses, but we'll have some
Okay.
fun games.
Yeah.
On site that you can both free and that you can pay to play, and that helps us raise money on site too.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, such a great resource in our community to help
you.
people just improve their lives. We hope you guys will continue your mission and let
Yeah,
us know how we can
absolutely.
help best.
Yes.
Yeah, so if people want to drop by like the brokerage house does
Mm-hmm.
quarterly, what's the best way to do that?
Yeah, so I would start, again, visit our website. We try and update that as much as possible. There are items that we go through more often than not, and so we'll update that to request what we need at the time. Or you can call that 783-2861. That's our crisis line, but it's also an information line. So people can call and find out, what do you need of this month or this week or today. So
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And if you wonder where the location is, just remember the winter storm where the tree fell down. That was down for 3 weeks in front of your building?
yeah, not not fun.
Not the marker that you wanted to
No.
have.
No, but
no.
I can tell you a lot of people remember where that tree was
Yeah,
down.
that's true. That's
yes,
true.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's true. Well, Angelita Gunn, Executive Director of the Aware Shelter here
Yes.
in Jackson, we are thankful for everything you do, and thanks for being here
Thank
today.
you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for inviting me.
Of course. More of the morning show right after this quick break.